Why don't we tell secrets in a bank? Because it's full of tellers. Yes, you heard it right. Today, we're diving into the intriguing world of money miracles and how faith can transform finances. Now you might be thinking, what's so funny about money? Well, it's not the money itself that's humorous, but the way we perceive and interact with it. So, buckle up as we embark on this enlightening journey. And remember, now that's a bank joke you can take to the bank. Ever heard of the term money miracles? It's not as mystical as it sounds. Let's dive into it. A money miracle is essentially a dramatic and positive shift in someone's financial situation, often when they least expect it. But where does faith come into play? Well, it's all about the power of belief. Imagine a person who is struggling financially. Perhaps they're drowning in debt or barely making ends meet. Now this person chooses to adopt a belief system rooted in faith, one that encourages them to trust in a higher power for provision. This faith doesn't promise instant wealth or a lottery win. Rather, it nudges them towards an attitude of hope, gratitude, and abundance. It's a shift from a mindset of scarcity to one of plenty. Consider John, who was once heavily in debt. He started practicing faith-based principles such as stewardship, generosity, and trusting in divine provision. He didn't wake up the next day to find a pot of gold at his doorstep. Instead, he noticed opportunities he hadn't before. A chance to work overtime, a forgotten investment that had matured, a friend who paid back an old loan. Then there's Mary, who despite living paycheck to paycheck, chose to give a small portion of her earnings to a charity she believed in. She wasn't expecting any return on this investment, but over time she found herself receiving an unexpected promotion, a tax refund she hadn't accounted for, a scholarship for her child's education. These are not tales of overnight riches, but stories of transformation. Stories of people who, through their faith, managed to turn their financial situation around. They found paths to abundance they hadn't seen before. The concept of money miracles is not about sitting back and waiting for a bag of money to fall from the sky. It's about belief, action, and an unwavering faith that can open up new avenues of financial growth. It's about realizing that sometimes the miracle is in the change of perspective, the shift in attitude, and the newfound belief in abundance. So, miracles can happen, even in your bank account. Now, let's dive into some real-life stories of financial transformation. Our first story begins with a woman named Amelia. Once trapped in a vicious cycle of debt and despair, Amelia found solace in her faith. She began to view her financial challenges not as an insurmountable mountain, but as a test of trust and patience. By aligning her financial habits with her faith, she gradually climbed out of debt, and today she stands debt-free. Her story is not only about financial transformation, but also about the transformative power of faith. Next, we meet Richard, a successful entrepreneur today. But his journey wasn't always smooth sailing. He faced bankruptcy and the threat of losing everything he had built. But Richard held fast to his faith. He believed in the possibility of a financial miracle. And the miracle did happen. Richard's business was saved in the 11th hour by an unexpected investment. Today, he attributes his success to his unwavering faith and the power of belief. Then there's the story of the Thompson family. They were living paycheck to paycheck, struggling to make ends meet. Yet, they held on to their faith-based principle of generosity. Despite their financial constraints, they continued to give, believing in the promise of divine provision. To their surprise, they received an unexpected inheritance that drastically improved their financial situation. The Thompson story is a testament to the power of generosity and faith. And finally, we have Alex, a young man burdened with student loans. Alex chose to cultivate an attitude of gratitude despite his financial predicament. He expressed thankfulness for his education and the opportunities it would bring. Alex's gratitude attracted a scholarship that significantly reduced his debt. His story reminds us of the transformative power of a grateful heart. These incredible stories prove that faith can indeed move mountains, or in this case, debts. But how does faith transform finances? Let's explore some faith-based financial principles. Indeed, faith influences finances in more ways than one might initially think. It's not about praying for a windfall and then sitting back to wait for it. It's about aligning our financial habits with our beliefs, and this can be a powerful catalyst for change. Let's start with the principle of stewardship. Most religious teachings emphasize that we are not truly the owners of our wealth, but merely its stewards. This perspective can shift the way we view and handle our finances. As stewards, we are tasked with managing our resources wisely, making sound investments, and avoiding wasteful spending. This approach not only benefits us but also contributes to the well-being of others and the broader community. Next, we have the principle of generosity. Generosity is a cornerstone of many faiths, and it encourages us to give freely and cheerfully. This doesn't necessarily mean giving away large sums of money. Small acts of kindness, time spent volunteering, or helping a neighbor in need are all expressions of generosity. And while it may seem counterintuitive, such acts of giving can lead to a sense of abundance and fulfillment that far surpasses the value of the money or time given. Then there's the practice of trusting in a higher power for provision. This isn't about abandoning responsibility or foresight. Rather, it's about recognizing that despite our best efforts, some things are beyond our control. It's about having the faith to believe that our needs will be met, even in times of uncertainty. This belief can alleviate financial stress and promote a healthier relationship with money. Lastly, let's consider faith-based financial practices like tithing or sowing seeds of faith. These practices involve setting aside a portion of one's income for religious or charitable purposes. They are acts of faith that express trust in divine provision and can often lead to unanticipated blessings. These principles and practices are not just about money, they are about faith and trust. When we incorporate them into our lives, we may just find that our financial circumstances begin to transform in miraculous ways. Fear and doubt, two major roadblocks in the journey of faith-based financial transformation. Often, the journey towards financial abundance is not one that's free of obstacles. Two of the most formidable foes we encounter on this path are fear and doubt. Fear of the unknown, fear of failure, and even fear of success can paralyze us, preventing us from taking the necessary steps towards our financial goals. Doubt, on the other hand, can creep in and whisper that we're not capable, not worthy, or simply not destined for financial prosperity. What do we do when these obstacles appear? We face them head-on with faith. Faith, in its purest form, is the antidote to fear and doubt. It's the belief in things unseen, the assurance of things hoped for. When we allow faith to guide our financial decisions, we begin to see possibilities where we once saw roadblocks. Fear often stems from a lack of knowledge, so arm yourself with financial wisdom. Learn about budgeting, saving, and investing. Knowledge combined with faith can help dispel the fear of the unknown. Doubt, on the other hand, is often rooted in past experiences or negative self-beliefs. It's crucial to remember that your past does not dictate your future. Just because you've experienced financial hardships in the past does not mean you're doomed to repeat them. Faith allows us to believe in a better future, one where financial abundance is possible. Remember, overcoming fear and doubt doesn't mean they'll never resurface. It means acknowledging them, facing them, and choosing to move forward regardless. It's about replacing the narrative of I can't with I can and I will. So when fear and doubt try to creep in, take a moment. Breathe. Remind yourself of your faith, your strength, and your ability to create financial miracles. Let's not allow fear and doubt to hold us back from stepping out in faith and embracing financial abundance. Instead, let's use them as stepping stones, propelling us towards our financial goals with renewed vigor and determination. Remember, fear and doubt have no place in a mind filled with faith and hope. So, we've taken a deep dive into the world of money miracles. We've explored the transformative power of faith and belief, how they can shift our mindset from scarcity to abundance, opening up new avenues for financial growth. We've heard inspiring stories of individuals who, despite facing financial hardships, found hope and breakthrough through their faith. We've discussed key principles from religious teachings that provide guidance in managing our finances, such as stewarding our resources wisely, giving generously, and trusting in a higher power for provision. We've also touched on practical steps to align our financial habits with our faith, including budgeting, saving, managing debt, and giving. We've underscored the importance of gratitude, recognizing our blessings, and expressing thankfulness for our provision, regardless of our circumstances. We've shared testimonials of those who've experienced financial miracles after putting their faith into action. We've delved into faith-based financial practices, such as tithing and sowing seeds of faith, and how these practices can lead to unexpected blessings. Finally, we've addressed common fears and doubts that may hold us back from stepping out in faith with our finances, offering encouragement to trust in divine provision and timing. As we wrap up, remember that faith could be your key to a miracle, financial or otherwise. Keep the faith, persevere, and you might just see your own financial miracle unfold in ways you never thought possible. Enjoyed our journey into the world of money miracles? Make sure you don't miss out on our future expeditions by hitting that subscribe button, giving this video a thumbs up, and clicking on the notification bell. Together, let's continue exploring the miracles that faith can bring into our lives. Until next time, stay blessed and financially savvy.